Sarah Rae. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do a makeup video. I'm going to show you how I achieve my red lip, how I achieve my holiday makeup look. And I think we all like to wear a nice red lip for the holidays, and I'm going to show you how I achieve that. And actually one of my first makeup videos was how to do a red lip, and it is so bad you can't see half of the things I'm doing, so I'm going to make up for that in this video. So sit back, relax, you know the drill, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications of when I upload, and let's get playing with makeup. Now remember, you can use any makeup product in replace of whatever I use. It is the colors that matter, right? So today we are going to prime. I have my hair up. Yes, my bangs are down, but we'll just move them when needed. But like I said, today we're going to prime. And that is because you want that nice smooth base for the holidays. And you don't want your pores peeking out or anything. And I'm going to give you a more, I don't want to say high-end, but Tarte is, I guess, considered high-end. And I'm going to give you a drugstore option. Both I find are almost exactly the same to each other. They both leave you smooth, pore-free, that beautiful, flawless base. Almost, I would say, a dupe for one another, but I was going to say one each other. But the first one is the Tarte Timeless Smoothing Primer. And the other one is the Wet n Wild Impossible Primer. And again, they both look almost exactly the same on the skin. But because it's the holidays, I am going to use the Tarte one. And you just want a little bit. You don't want to go overboard. And I rub it between my fingers like that to get it kind of smooth and warmed up for the skin. And then I mainly focus where my pores are the largest, which is my nose and right here along the cheeks. But I also add the rest of my T-zone. So if you see me looking down, my mirror is right below you guys. So you just really warm that up to the skin like this until your pores are pretty much erased. And it gives you that, again, that flawless base. And I smear what's left of it on the rest of my face because you do have pores everywhere. But I put the main focus wherever my pores are the largest. Now, for my skin, for my base, I use a more full coverage foundation, and I'm going to use the Tarte Amazonian Clay foundation. It is in the shade Ivory, and I'm going to use a blender sponge thing. So I'm going to put a little bit on my hand, and when you play with makeup for a long time, you know how much you need. So I don't overload my face with foundation. Even though it's a full coverage foundation, I don't like an heavy looking base. So I put just enough to fill my face, if that makes any sense. So on your eyelids to smooth out the veins or any redness on your eyelids, and I start to put it on my nose. And you do want to kind of go down your neck, and I don't pat, I just drag it down my neck. And it's probably wrong, but that is how I've always done it. And I pat it in, go to the other side, and do the same. And you don't want to forget in the inside corner of your eye. And you want to mesh that in so there's no lines. And also go down your neck on this side. And if your hair's up, don't forget, and I learned this from Tati, your ears and behind your neck. Because she said, don't want to be one way this way, like color wise, and be bare on the back. So, and the rest of it I'm just going to put on my forehead like this, just patting it in so it's not heavy. I didn't use too much. I used just enough to, you know, cover my face, but I didn't use too much because you're layering, so you don't want that cakey look. But how are you guys doing? I hope you're well. Alright. Now we are going to do concealer. If I can find mine. It's standing right in front of me. So I'm using the CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer. And it is in the shade Light Ivory. And I don't do the triangles, I do right here and here. Same on this side. The chin, a little bit on my upper lid, down the bridge of my nose, and I make a heart here just because I like to, but those are the places I put my concealer. And we're going to pat that in. And I go around the mouth, up my nose to my forehead. And now we're going to focus on the eyes. And I'm going to go around like this, around the base of my eye, and bring it out towards the hairline, and then down. You want to then drag it, not drag it, but pat it kind of down, because you want the center of your face to be light. And then what's left is I go on the inner corner of my eye and on the eyelid itself. And we're going to do the same on the other eye. Like that. Alright. And you can go back over around your mouth with what's left. Make sure it's all in. Now we're going to use powder. I'm using the Laura Mercier translucent powder. But again, you can use anything. A great affordable drugstore powder is the Maybelline Fit Me powder. Is incredible. So, I put just a little, not a lot, but enough, because I know my face, so enough to put in the center of my face. So, oh, no, Harley, you can't jump up here. So we're going to put it underneath our eyes here and on our eyelids, because your eyelids do have oils. And then I drag it down my face to set the cheek area, the other eye, and eyelid. And make sure you are not forgetting the corners of your eye, and down around the mouth. I put more around my upper lid because that is where I sweat the most. So you put a little more powder where you find you sweat the most. And here and I drag down, and the forehead. And I go back over my face with what's left. Alright, my bangs are looking insane. Alright, now I'm going to focus on the eyes before I finish the face. And that is because if any powder from any fallout from the eyeshadow gets on my face, I can easily wipe it away without disturbing what is on my face, like bronzer or blush or highlighter. So we are going to use, I am using the Lunar Beauty Moonspell palette, but again, you can use anything you want. So these are the colors we are using. I'm using Sally, which is a caramel light brown shade, and Mel, this chocolatey dark brown. You also want kind of either a white or a cream, like this color, to, the way I do it, to kind of fade out the colors around it so it's not harsh around your lid. You'll see, it'll all make sense. So we're going to use Sally, and I'm going to scoot in a little bit. Now, I'm going to use a Morphe M433 brush and load up the brush, and don't forget to tap it out the excess. And now I'm going to look straight into my mirror, and I have hooded eyes, which means you have extra skin that kind of folds over your lid. So when doing a crease, you kind of want to go above that fold so you can see it. So that's where I start. I hope you guys can see this. If not, I will find a way to zoom in. Let me put a clip in my hair so it's not getting in the way. How about a reindeer clip? Alright. I go right like this, right above the lid. And I also put color on the lid as well. Like that. But you want a nice shape, so whatever suits your lid. And we're gonna do the same on the other eye. I'm gonna look straight in the mirror, and I don't have a clip for that side of my hair. And if it looks a little harsh, it is okay. We are going to fade it out here in a minute. It's like a little trick I have learned to do because I can't seem to figure out how, with a hooded eye, how normal people can do eye makeup. So I found my own way of doing it, and it still turns out the way they do it, so in the end. So do you see how it's like got a harsh line, right? I'm going to take a Morphe M441, a really fluffy brush, and I'm going to take that tan, or you can take a white color. You don't want any sparkles or anything in it, because we are going to go over the top, right on that line, that top line that is made, and we're going to fade it out. And you don't want to go above it, you want to go right on it, because it kind of goes up just a smidge I hope all this is making sense. But if you fade it out too much, you can add just a little bit more color in it. Just get it to the way you like it. But you don't want a harsh line. But you want to be able to see the color. Sorry, I sweat a lot when I'm doing makeup, so I have to continuously powder my upper lid. My upper lip. Not upper lid. Upper lip. Okay? Do you see the difference? Now we're going to do the same thing to the other side. Right on that harsh line. And you can kind of go up a little bit if you have enough room, because you want some clean lid space right under your brow to add some highlight to. And again, with no additional, don't add more color to your lid. Like, don't dip. Just use whatever's left on the brush. And you want to make sure they are even in color. And it's okay to keep going back and forth, but don't overdo it. Now, I'm going to use a Morphe M456 brush, and it looks like this. And we're going to dip into that dark chocolatey brown shade. And don't forget to tap off the excess. And we're going to go right here on the end of the lid space. And you want to look into the mirror and just add kind of like a V shape. Go into a V. Make a V. It won't look like a V. Mine never does. But, and for me, I bring it, and this is going to be your preference, but I bring it to the center of my eyelid. And I try to bring that brown up a little bit above that fold so you can see it. And then I go back to that same brush that we used for that caramely light brown shade, and I buff that into the lid. So right into that crease area. So there's not a harsh line there. And you want to do windshield wiper motions. And you can close your eyes for this if you'd like. I normally look down and keep my eye open so I can kind of see what I'm doing. And I add a little bit more brown to the end of the eyelid, the back, the part of the eyelid, if that makes sense. This part, to make sure that's darker and there's almost like a gradient. So we're going to do that again to the other lid. And it takes a little while to get used to doing makeup with your eye open. But once you get used to it, it feels natural. Trust the process. That's what I say. Trust your process. Go back to that original brush that we were using and buff that in. Windshield wiper motion. Okay. You can add sparkles to this look, to the corners of your eyelid and about a quarter of the way, right? Okay, a quarter of the way in. Or you can leave this blank. You don't always have to add shimmer, sparkles, glitter. You don't always have to. You can have a totally matte eye look and it'll look just as beautiful. I'll show you in the end because I'm not going to add any type of topper to my eyes. I'm going to keep it a full matte look because I want the focus to be on my red lips. So, but you can add shimmers. You can add a pretty gold for the holidays. ColourPop has this beautiful color called Flower Child that I love to use all the time. It's kind of like a maybe champagne silvery color. And know your colors because I'm more of a silvery type person. As you can see by my necklace, I wear more silvers. It looks better on me. Some people look better in gold. Some people can wear both. So, but that don't mean you can't wear gold on your eyes. Now we are going to do the bottom lash line, and I'm going to use the brush Morphe M124. It is this flat kind of shader brush, and we're going to dip into that chocolate, the caramely light brown first, and we are going to do right underneath our lash line, like really tight to your lash line, but you can bring it down a little bit. And you want to connect on the outer corner. But for me, I don't go fully to the inner corner. I stop where my lash line stops. And you will see why here in a moment. Add a little more to your liking. Remember, it's to your liking. And we'll do the other eye. Like that. What are your guys' plans for the holiday? Do you guys celebrate Christmas? Do you celebrate Hanukkah? Do you not celebrate at all? What do you guys do? Now we're going to tap into that chocolatey brown. And we are going to go to halfway on the bottom of our lash line. Not our lash line. Yes, our lash line. Halfway. You don't want to go full in. You don't want to cover up that other color. Same on the other one. For this, I like to go back under and make sure I don't have any color. And I get really tight to the color under the lash line because I find that it kind of smooths it out and makes it more clean looking. So again, make sure there is no color that fell down, no fallout, and I go like this. And you want to make sure they are even, so mine are not, so I gotta bring this color kind of more out. Bring it down a little bit more, like that. Okay. Now, for the inner corner and our brow bone, you can use any color you would like, any sparkly color. I like to mix, so there's this pretty white, pinky white color called Agatha in this Moonspell palette. It's right here. So I like to use that, and then I also have a highlighter I use, and it is from Nomad. It's called Sydney Bathers Kiss of Sun highlighter. It is the Balmoral Beach. So it looks like this. The color is beautiful. It is this pinky color, and I find it suits my skin tone beautifully. And so I like to mix that. I like to go into the white color first, and we're going to put it in our inner corner. And that space that is left over that has no color, that's where we're going to bring the shimmer into, and we're going to put it right there. And you can, if you put shimmer or anything on your lid, you can add that to that little space there. And I'm going to put this white in our brow bone right here underneath the brow bone, or the brow, to highlight it. Not the brow bone, the brow, like that. And we're going to do the same to the other eye. Don't forget to tap off the excess. And don't forget to bring it down to meet that color. So I try to blend the colors together. Now, I'm going to use my highlighter, and I don't put it on the underneath the brow. I put it in my inner corner to highlight it a little more. And you can use a really pretty gold. You can use, you know, anything you want. I've done pinks, purples, a lot of different colors for my inner corner highlight. You can use this really pretty, maybe a bronzy color for a shimmer for your lid and the inner corner. I've done that. There's a lot you can do. So for the waterline, I'm going to put white in, but if you have green, if you have red, you can make it really festive. If you can put anything in your inner corner, not your inner corner, in your waterline. I'm gonna bring it down. And I do white for this look because white kind of opens your eyes. But I've done blue. Blue looks really good with my eye color. I've done purple for my purple looks. You can do anything. And you can do this look with any lip as well. So this look, eye look, is a neutral look for any lip that you want to do. Any lip color. You can even still probably do a nude. I don't know, I've never tried a nude with a nude eye look, but let's do mascara. I'm using the Roller Lash by Benefit, and I'm going to do my whatever dominant hand you are first. Do that lid first. But yeah, tell me what your guys' plans are for the holidays in the comment section down below. Alright, and you can use, again, any mascara you want. Just remember, go with what your face is, if that makes sense. If you have oily skin, if you have dry skin, combination skin, choose what foundation goes best with your skin. If you want a more lengthening eyelash, go with a more lengthening mascara. If you want to do false lashes, go ahead, do you. It is out for the holidays. This is why I don't talk and do mascara. But I've never worn false lashes, so. And don't forget to get the inner lash as well. Now for your bronzer, again, use any bronzer that fits your complexion, but I'm using the Chocolate Soleil bronzer by Too Faced. It looks like this. And you want to go with your cheekbones. You don't want to bring it in this triangle area in the center of your face. You want to kind of make it angular. And with what is left on your brush, you can bring it up, but you want to keep it, you know, in that pocket. You want to structure your face. And I kind of bring it up into my hairline as well. And you want to do your underneath your chin. And Tati in a recent video also said don't forget to bronze like the back of your neck if you are wearing a ponytail, because that goes with that whole, you don't want to be nice and bronzed and kissed in one shade here and be like bare in the back. So you want to kind of do a almost like a circular motion on your temple. And for me personally, I bring it down and I like to add whatever's left on my brush. I kind of go in like the center, like the temple of my forehead and down around my mouth. Just because I find that when I do makeup, that gets too light and it kind of looks off-putting. So now we're going to do around your nose. So again, you do this according to your nose type and how you want to structure your nose. But I go right with the bridge of my nose around my brow and bring it right down. And it almost makes a more slimmer looking. And you want to do the tip of your nose as well. Some people make a little circular tip. It just depends on, again, what you like and what's left on my brush. I do right under the lip because I found it gives you more of a pout. But that is up to you. God, I sweat so much. Now, blush. You can use any blush you want, and you can use eyeshadow for blush. You can use blush for eye makeup. You can use bronzer for eye makeup. You can use anything for anything when it comes to makeup. So, there are 3 colors here in this palette, this Moonspell palette. It is called Cameron, Sally, and Gillian. Sally is the one that we used on our lid here, but the 2 shades next to it, so this one and this one, I find make a beautiful combination, and that is what I'm going to use today. So I smile and I put it here, and I bring what's left over here. And I put on a little, you'll see that I go a little heavier on the blush when I put it on, and you will see why in a second. And I put it on the tip of my nose, on the bridge of, not the tip, but the bridge of my nose. And you can, that is up to you if you want to do that. If you don't want to do that, is your makeup look. The other side as well. And you want to make sure if you do the bridge of the nose that your blush connects. And I do that because it gives you a like sun-kissed look. And I also put what's left on the brush. And this is the Laura Lee Los Angeles L14 brush. I add it to my forehead as well because when you're sun-kissed, you kind of get it everywhere. So, you know, highlighter. I'm using the Laura Lee Los Angeles L15 brush and dipping back into that Nomad highlighter, Kiss of Sun. I go right above my cheekbones and I do almost parallel to what we did with our bronzer. Same on the other side. And I make sure I bring it on my cheeks as well, because when you smile and you have that twinkle on your cheeks, I find it to be very beautiful. I put it on the bridge of my nose. My chin, I do not put it on my upper lip because I feel like it makes you look like you have a sweaty lip. And I already sweat there, so and I put it above my brows as well. Why I put on heavier blush? Well, I love blush, but I also take what is possibly left after doing my upper lid 1,000 times. What's left on my powder brush, and I go around the lines of the highlighter and kind of what we did on our upper lid on when we did our eye makeup, and kind of blend it into our blush. And so when you put on heavier blush, this kind of dulls down that blush. And if you have just a light amount of blush on, it almost kind of takes it away. Do you see how my blush is still there? I have to put a little bit more on over here to match it, but it is still there without it disappearing fully. And then I add additional what's left on my highlighter brush to make sure I didn't take away any of that shine from that highlighter. It is time for eyebrows. The only thing I do for my eyebrows is the clear brow gel, and I brush them upwards kind of at an angle and go with my brow hairs because I don't really want them in any type of fashion. The only part I brush up is right at the very edge of my brows because that's the way the hairs are supposed to go. But I try to keep them natural. Besides, I pluck them. That's the only thing that I do. When it comes to lips, you want to line your lips. If you want to overline, you can. Do you, again, for the millionth time. But I line exactly where my lip line is. So there's going to be kind of minimum talking at this part because I kind of need to focus. But here we go. And it's okay if you mess up. I'll show you a way to fix it. See, I already messed up. It's okay. Now once you get the shape you want, and it can be as messy, because I know today mine are, we're going to do the top lip. So I start with the Cupid's bow, and some people don't like a Cupid's bow. Again, do what makes you happy. Okay, don't worry, you want to try to get them equal. The trick to this is to take your concealer and put a lot on your hand, right? Can you see that? And you're going to take a flat type brush. This is a Morphe M224 brush. And act like a paintbrush, right? Get some concealer on there, nice and coated. And we're going to take this and we're gonna conceal the imperfection parts. And if you overdo it a little bit, don't forget you can always add more liner. And just do this until you get the perfect shape. And take your time. Don't rush it. If you're going to do a red lip, give yourself enough time. And then you want to drag, almost like painting it down your chin. Because we'll fix it, don't worry. Color in the corners of our lip. I do this very bottom part of my lip. Same on your top. I do the right under the Cupid's bow. It's almost like you're coloring in your full lip, but you don't have to. Like, do the full lip. I'm going to use the NARS Velvet Matte Lip Pencil in the shade Dragon Girl. It's a very beautiful red. And this is what my foundation of my red lips always are. Oh, I didn't tell you. My lip pencil I used is Maybelline Color Sensational in the shade 150 Brick Red. So that is the color. And I also have a tissue, not because I have sinus problems, but to wipe off the remaining of the foundation because you don't want to get that on your clothes. Now, Dragon Girl. We're going to color in our lips. And you want to color in your full lip, not just where you're bare, because you want to blend together the lip pencil and whatever red you are putting on your base. You want, for me personally, for red, you want a base. Whether it's coloring in your lips with a lip pencil or using a NARS lip pencil. Using and putting on a red base will smooth out and give you a nice flawless look for whatever red you put on top. And again, take your time. Because a red lip has to be pretty much flawless. You can use any lip shade over this. You can use a lipstick, liquid lip, whatever. I'm using, and this is unfortunately no longer available, but this is the Too Faced Melted Matte liquid lip in the shade Candy Cane, and it's this kind of bright red, really pretty, very, very pretty, I should say. When you pull it out, you're going to have, when you pull out liquid lips in general, there's a lot on the end. So I take half that off and then go in, because you don't want to go in with a glob and then find out you have too much product on your bottom lip. So again, take your time. I like this also because it has a mint type of feeling to it. I messed up, and that is okay. Now, I said we would fix around the mouth, and I say that because now we have concealer all around our mouth, and it's going to be a different shade than the rest of our face, and we are going to fix that because we're going to take what's left possibly of our powder brush, and we're going to go around our lip without disturbing the lip itself wherever we put concealer. And then we're going to take what's left of our bronzer, and we're going to go around our lips where that concealer was placed. And this is going to give it back that same color as the rest of your face. Now take your finger, put it in your mouth. Drag it out to get any excess lip color out, so it don't go on your teeth like I've had issues in the past with. And add a little bit more highlighter on your chin. If you decided to put highlighter on your lip, don't put it where your actual Cupid's bow is. Put it, like, bring your lips down and then put it on your Cupid's bow. Like on your Cupid's, like on the space between your nose and your Cupid's bow, so you don't disturb the lip. And finally, now that we're all done, setting spray. Don't forget to do setting spray because it's going to lock it in and keep your makeup look fresh and long for that holiday occasion that you're wearing it for. So here we go. And you can fan it. I personally take a sponge and press to meld everything together. Now, our final look. And that is how you do a beautiful red lip for a holiday occasion, or just the holidays in general, because I wear this all the time. And the focus is on that red lip. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope I explained things good enough and it wasn't kind of hard or difficult to understand. But that's how I do a red lip and how I get ready for each day that I wear a red lip. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video again. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys are staying safe and well and are having a great holiday season. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!